Hey guys, naMehTnoJ here with a new deck of the month for January 2010. So let's get this going, right? Alright, so first off it's frogs. Woohoo, frogs! Anyways, here we go. So we got starting off with 2 tadpoles. This makes the deck a lot faster. Reasons why is because when this card destroys Result of Battle, let's start with that in a burp. You can add another tadpole or tadpoles if you're running 1 or 2 and you have 1 or 2 in your deck yet. You can add them from your deck to your hand. So it makes the deck actually a lot faster, and I'll show you why later. That is Treeborn Frog. Obviously he's a frog. He's awesome. He makes the deck faster, and why not use a guy that's on the limited list, you know? So 2 Substitoad. Tribute, or as this card reads, you can tribute 1 monster to special summon 1 frog monster from your deck, except Frog the Jam. Now, Frog the Jam, simply tell you to go to Yu-Gi-Oh! Wikia, type in Frog the Jam, G-A-M, like jelly, or jam, you know, jam and jelly, you know, search it up, and you see why Frog the Jam is not so good. But yeah. Anyways, after that, frog monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle. So, wow, this guy's on the field. He says Substitoad, so he's not immune to this part, sadly. So he can be destroyed by battle, but I'll show you how you can abuse him later. Alright, Poison Draw Frog. Now, mind you, that when you use Substitoad, if you know what this guy does, it says when this face-up card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can draw 1 card, unless it was just attack while face down and destroy the result of battle. This part of the effect where the first one says while sent face up, that will not work, because nor will it work face down, because you will miss the timing, because you activate this, send this to the graveyard to special summon another frog. This is not resolved yet, and since this was in like in the middle of that process, you miss it. So you miss the timing because it's optional, sorry, and it's not mandatory. If it was mandatory, you could do that and get away with it. So just so you know, before you go making a frog deck, think you can get away with it, it's not going to work. And 3 Dupe Frogs. This is a crucial part to the deck because it's treated as Death Frog while face up, and that plays a big part in this deck. Another part is, while this card's on your field, your opponent cannot select another monster as an attack target, except for this guy. But if you have 2 of these or Substitoad, you can create your opponent. It's pointless for even trying to attack with Substitoad, and with these 2 guys you can't even attack then. So, and secondly, or third actually, when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, mind you, cannot abuse this part of the effect because it's optional, but if it's mandatory then it would be, but it's not. You can, when this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add 1 frog monster except for Dupe Frog or Frog the Jam from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Next, 2 Uniforgs. Attack directly, or this card can attack directly, and if you have another frog except for Uniforg or Frog the Jam, you can destroy 1 spell trap card your opponent controls. Flip Top Frog. What he does is, once per turn you can flip him face down, defense position, and if your opponent attacks into him, or you flip him face up, you can return monsters on your opponent's side of the field to their owner's hands equal to how many face-up frogs you have on the field, except for Frog the Jam, of course. And this part's cool because if you have like 2 frogs in him, you can return up to 3 of your opponent's monsters, but they have to be, sadly, face up. But that doesn't really matter that much. Let me make sure. Actually, no, sorry. Your opponent's monsters can be in any position, so face down, face up. But still, I mean, that's awesome. If opponent attacks into him, that still applies. It counts the frogs you have on your side of the field and then returns them. So your opponent has to be careful if they attack into a face down monster, unaware of it is. So Swap Frog. This card plays a major role in the deck, and I'll explain real quick why. Its effect reads, you can discard 1 water monster to special summon this card from your hand. When this card is summoned, you can select and send 1 level 2 or lower aqua type water monster from your deck or your side of the field to the graveyard. Once per turn, you can return 1 monster you control to your hand to normal summon 1 frog monster, except Swap Frog or Frog the Jam, in addition to your normal summoner set this turn. So you can normal summon, and then, like, let's say that monster you summoned was just like a other frog, not a frog monster, you can return it, and do an additional summon. Or, sorry, I should say you could like return like Swap Frog himself and do it, because you can't normal summon him through that, his own effect, but still. But another cool part is that why this card is so cool is because, one, you can use it actually on Dupe Frog and Poison Draw Frog, because his effect is resolving and finished when he sends the monsters, or Dupe Frog and Poison Draw Frog, and you can actually attain their effects because his is done when they're sent, and you can draw or add that card. Second part is you can do it from the deck. It won't work on Dupe Frog or Poison Draw Frog, but it gets T.A.D.P.O.L.E to the graveyard way faster. So, or Treeborn Frog. Alright, anyways, continue on. Submarine Frog, way awesome. With Wetlands, which I'm running, you get him 24 and you can pierce and do damage to your opponent. Ooh, bad. Deep Diver, he's like your Sangan, except for he has to be destroyed by battle. And at the end of the battle phase, you get your monster and you put it on top of your deck. You see why? He's Aqua type, so that plays a role. And 3 Death Frogs. This is important as well. When this card is tribute summoned successfully, special summon Death Frog or Death Frogs from your hand or deck up to the amount of T.A.D.P.O.L.E in your graveyard. Playing 2, so you only need 2 to get the next 2. So yeah. Now onto spells. 1 for 1. Get Substitoad, whatever you need. It's level 1, obviously. Moray of Greed. Return 2 water monsters from your hand to your deck and then draw 3 cards. Nice if you want to put something back in the deck. Potted Avarice. You're burning through so many cards. It's not even funny. Not even funny. But anyways, you need this to put them back in your deck. So trust me, you're gonna want to run it. Monster Reincarnation. I play this because it actually got me game once, and I like it like that. So, anyways, you can replay this card with Mystical Space Typhoon because I couldn't afford to really put it in otherwise. 3 Desk Croaking. Reason why is I run this is because this is actually your source of the OTK. You can only activate this card when there's 3 face-up Death Frogs on your side of the field. Destroy all cards your opponent controls. On their side of the field, I should say. So anyways, what this does for the deck is you could have any combination of Death Frog and Dupe Frog, as long as it does not equal over to 4. And you can activate this card and blast opponent's field and attack for game usually, which is the scenario you want to do anyways. And I run 3 just so if your opponent can't solo them long. Solidarity. All the monsters in this deck are Aqua type, so every monster gets attack for this. Which is actually really great because Death Frog can be 27. So, I mean, that makes him a beater then. So, Wetlands, obviously, and I'm playing 1 Terraforming to search them out. And this says here, all Aqua type water level 2 or lower monsters gain 1200 attack. So the max attack you can get with just that level and everything is 24. Submarine Frog can get 24 and Swap can get 22. And of Solidarity, those respectively are 32 and 3000. So really good. So Wetlands is also a must run in this deck. Rest, top it off, is Heavy Storm and Brain Control for its spell lineup. And for the traps, we have Gravity Bind. Obviously you can abuse this a little bit. And 2 Aegis of the Ocean Dragon Lord. I think I said that right, the first part. What it says is, until the end phase of this turn, face up level 3 or lower water monsters you control cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects. So obviously, that's every monster except for Death Frog is protected. So, really good. 2 Froggy Forcefield. This is Wall of Thorns for frogs. Does the same thing. The only monsters it doesn't work for is Substitoad, T.A.D.P.O.L.E, and Deep Diver. So, otherwise it works. That's 90% of your deck right there that you can use. Or 90% of the monsters you have you can use with this. And last, Torrential Tribute. So, that's it guys. So yeah, and remember the reason why I run Solidarity is so I can use, or one reason why I don't run Sangan or Gores is because, or Junk Synchron is because I run Solidarity. Otherwise, if you're going to run any of those monsters, any one of those, please take out Solidarity, even if you're running 1 copy of those monsters, because you might not have the opportunity then to use that card for the rest of the game and it's just pointless. So if you're going to run Gores or anything, which you can, just take out Solidarity. So that's pretty much it guys, and peace out.